Last time on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney.
It was unlike anything I had attempted before. The client gave me two things. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, printed document I can only surmise was written by my client.
So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Who was your client?
I never met them.
So, you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? The real forger is your daughter, Vera Mishan, a precocious little girl outshining her father.
I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She cracking a drink open there, Mr. Wright?
He's just telling his heartfelt thing, and then Nick just cracks open a Coke. It's like, don't mind me.
What, I'm supposed to be thirsty while I listen?
Like, sip, 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 sip. Ah, Coca-Cola on
You
the
seem to
back.
trust this client quite a lot because they gave you this stamp?
No, they listen to me, to my problem. Don't go outside if you don't want to. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottles over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right? I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
I have to know more about this power of Trucy's.
Yet I myself have no such power.
But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal to you and Valant Gramarye's bullets.
It was an accident.
So the only one with her power left now is Trucy?
I do not know.
I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. There is someone else with the power. I know who.
Really?
His bracelet. He can perceive.
Oh! The accidental death of Zach's wife tied both your hands. It wasn't a question of who shot the sheriff. Thalassa herself was the problem. She was Zach Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was.
It was an accident! Hello and welcome to another episode of Disillusion Plays Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we play the games and do the voices.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Taylor.
Nice. And so, let's hop back
Let's
on
go,
into...
baby.
Let's get back into the game. Where are we? I don't know.
Oh, what are we
we've got
doing?
a distressed-looking
a
Valant.
sweaty Valant.
Oh, right. We were trying to break his final Psyche lock.
Yes.
Yes, I
Or did we
sure
just
do
break
remember
them?
that.
I think it's gonna have to be about Thalassa, I believe, and what happened to her. I think that's the last piece of the puzzle that we're missing.
I think you mean the Lassa piece of the puzzle.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Ours was a complex family.
You mean Troupe Gramarye.
Complex? I don't know what it...
Complex.
The master, Magnifi Gramarye, his only daughter,
And the two magicians trying to bone her.
and his two disciples.
That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it?
Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. But that is all it was. An accident. Definitely.
Most certainly.
Zach and Valant's tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly, straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick, with a new twist. And tragedy.
Oof.
But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. It was Zach's. Thalassa disappeared from our...
What was that?
Nothing.
A slight
It
tickle.
was absolutely nothing. Obviously, I've got some cards stuck in my... I have this little bit of a tickle in my throat ever since I've done some of my card tricks. You know, the disappearing cards into the mouth and all that sort of thing. I've left me with a bit of a cough every now and then.
Got a bit of a paper cut on the way out on one.
Don't mind me. Anyway, so Zach's bullet killed her, and Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zach was bereft of his wife. Why did I put an I in there? Trucy lost her mother, and Magnify his daughter.
Huh. And that led to blackmail, I take it.
It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. The darkness.
The darkness.
No, no, don't.
Kingdom Hearts.
Don't start this again. I'm not even here this time.
Why did Magnify Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died.
All I can say is, it was a critical time for Troupe Gramayre. A passing of the torch from Magnify to Zach and Valant. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Did
you just refer to yourself in the third person, Valant?
A passing of the torch from Magnify to Zach and Valant. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not.
What do you mean?
In time, we, myself and Zach, found we could no longer oppose Magnify's wishes. Magnify forced us to perform his art for his benefit.
I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter.
But do you not find cowardice in his actions?
Huh?
To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads?
Things were dark behind the scenes in Troupe Gramarye, that's for sure. Does Trucy know?
She was not told. Naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have been... Wait, sorry. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life?
True.
I had not thought of that accident for a very long time.
I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot.
Not to find Magnify's slayer, I should think.
True.
After that accident, there was one who came sniffing. Quite persistently.
Brushel?
I should think so.
A reporter?
He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room, doing his research.
Would you happen to remember his name?
No, but I remember that smile.
I couldn't forget. I cannot forget the face. What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zach.
Literally. He got into Zach's personal space and would not leave.
It's obviously Brushel, because there was the whole thing with him and Nick.
Yeah, in the Borscht Ball Club.
In the Ball Club. I liked him not.
I see.
His name, I do not recall, but his scent. The cloying aroma of mint. Yes. Whenever he smiled, which was far too often.
One thing I can agree with you there, Valant.
I see. Thanks for your help.
It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds.
Huh, that's a relatively poignant statement that's probably not relevant to this overall scenario that we're living in at this time. I'm sorry.
You know how in the previous, like in the Great Ace Attorney, we couldn't help but occasionally notice Van Zeeks' biceps.
Oh.
I'm now noticing Valant here. Like, would you see like his arm under the
yeah, it
the
does
cape
look like
there?
he's got,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like he's got like quite the biceps going on. I'm quite the strongman.
It's his shooting arm.
Interesting.
I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troupe Gramayre. And I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The darkness that lurks in men's hearts. Kingdom Hearts. The reporter he mentioned. The newsman. I never learned who that was at the time.
Dude.
He's got a pretty
Though-
distinct face.
I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zach Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down.
Do we have to?
Do we really have
Must
to?
we?
I don't want to spend any more time with him.
There we go. Shimon, we've done the past stuff. Oh, we have unlocked... Oh.
Ooh.
So, we've already done these two. I guess let's have a look at these and go from there.
Yes.
Well, we couldn't access the Sunshine Coliseum before.
No. Or the Drew Studio in the present. We looked at it in the past, if you recall.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, right.
Present day, Drew Studio. And there's the genie with the...
Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar. End quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned and his daughter's... Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know. Yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd track down case just a little quicker. End quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? I've been here the whole time.
Oh, God.
No.
Can you imagine that looking
I was
in
going
the
to say,
shadows?
the idea of, like, Game Changer being hosted by Spark Brushel.
Oh, no. No.
And now our talent will test their skills in teams of two.
End quote.
Yeah, I feel like they would be... To be fair, though, I feel like there would be far more Brennan Lee Mulligan monologues.
Yeah, they're the one.
In a good way.
Zach Gramarye was a good friend. He was one of the only people that never commented on my smell or my smile. Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. Oh, what a character! What a man!
It took every fiber of Zach's being to not mention his smile or smell.
If extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not the other way around. End quote. Yep.
I still hate him.
Yep.
I still hate him.
Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. Like, why are you here? Why won't you leave me alone? What are you doing in this general vicinity?
Why are you still smiling?
Let's ignore him for a minute. So,
Yeah.
what about the table?
Let's take a closer look at that desk.
A red envelope.
This envelope's from the client who requested that forgery. Just think that had gotten lost in the mail. I'd still be wearing my attorney's badge. Or if it had been sent by Royal Mail. Never would have arrived.
I'm perhaps USPS.
This frame looks even smaller sitting next to that photo. Just the right size for a commemorative stamp, indeed. A commemorative stamp put there by a daughter that killed her father. Sometimes life just sucks.
Amen, brother.
Sometimes life just sucks. Phoenix Wright, former Ace Attorney. A picture of a young Mr. Misham and a very young Vera. They're smiling. They look happy. Of course, now Mr. Misham's passed away. And Vera's on death's doorstep in the hospital. Guess I'll just do what I can, and hope it's enough.
What?
Objection! I just have to do that when I see this post. I can't believe it's been 7 years.
Brushel's in there, like, just leaps out of his skin.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Why'd you do that? that?
Reporter spooked by sudden
Objection.
Outburst.
Sudden
symphony of something. I don't know. Oh, I have to stop torturing myself with these things. I know. I'll just pretend it's saying something else. The post office? Why, it's right over there. Good day, sir. What are you doing over there? You having a good time?
I'm just having a midlife crisis, dude. It's fine.
Midlife crisis. By the way, I'm 21.
A drafting table. Probably for making detailed designs for forgeries. You know what I think about that? I know you left me over there, but I came over here to you. Painting should be done freehand. No rules, no restrictions. You really think a line drawn by a ruler is going to move anyone? I smell a letter to the editor. Could you write an article with a ruler? End quote. Unless you wanted a ruler to write the address on your blackmail letter straight. That's what I think. You can quote me on it too.
What?
You could drop this guy on a deserted island and he wouldn't get bored.
That sounds like a good idea.
That's an odd assortment of equipment to find in a painter's studio. Of course, it makes more sense when you know they were making forgeries. Though I don't know why they were forging a frog.
Yeah. Or the, what looks like a sort of a cassette player or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a
Or
frickin' Walkman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember what a Walkman is, how are your 30s treating you? I guess that's why they never took visitors here. Wouldn't really want people seeing all this.
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, I was the first human being ever to set foot inside the studio. Other than Mr. Mission, of course. Oh, and Vera, too. And this is assuming that I'm human, of course. I'm beginning to have my doubts.
Yeah,
Yep,
cool
yep,
story,
yep.
bro, but did I ask?
Look at all the jars of paints and pigments. Why are there so many jars of the same color? My guess is that they're sorted by age.
What?
H?
Age? And when you're making a forgery, it's important to match the age of the original,
Oh,
That's
of course.
actually,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
not a bad shout.
No, yeah.
see? Paint compositions changed a lot over the years. Oh. Right. Did you learn that in journalism school?
Like, no, I learned it in art school. Did you know I wanted to be an artist once?
A journalist relies on writing skill and imagination. End quote.
Okay.
As long as you don't do news stories by imagination. Either that, or they just bought a lot of the same color by mistake. I find myself not caring anymore. Yep.
Yeah, I think like sometimes there's like specific minerals and things that created the colors and they match it.
Or,
to
you know,
kind
the
of
lead, right? Like, you have to make sure that you include the right amount of lead in your paint.
Is that legal
The door
anymore?
outside. Vera might come walking in at any moment. If she wasn't in intensive care.
I don't.
Also, I
pretty
don't think
sure
you clicked on the door, did you?
No, well, I guess it was kind of vaguely near the door.
There was also she was in custody. I don't think she'd have been walking through the door anyway, Nick. I don't think they let you out if you're accused of murdering someone, unless they've got no evidence.
Will she ever come through that
Sorry, go on.
door again, I wonder?
Alrighty then. Oh, it's the genie with the big old balls.
Also, I'm not sure about, just to comment on your lead paint thing, I don't know if it's illegal. I know, like, with soldering or soldering, lead solder, or, you know, whatever, is not illegal, but it's harmful to you if you breathe it in. And so they'll have, like, lead-free solder. But, like,
Yeah,
I suppose not illegal then. You probably have to be careful, I guess.
I mean, if you feed it to people, it's probably illegal.
Well,
You
yeah,
probably shouldn't do that.
I just remember, like, yeah, my granddad had, like, these, like, lead toy soldiers in, like, a green box, like, wooden box.
Right.
And I think a lot of, like, metal toys years ago, like, had lead in them, and then they were like, nope, can't do that anymore.
I think it's more that they were perhaps illegal to manufacture, but
Maybe.
for a company
It was
to
probably
manufacture.
just like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're not going to do that. Maybe it's got to be controlled.
But
controlled.
Same thing in the U.S. I mean, the problem was that a lot of paint had lead in it, and like the I guess, 30s, 40s, whatever.
Yeah.
And kids, being kids, would eat the lead paint chips that would flake off the wall.
I think pencils had proper lead in as well, didn't they?
At one point, yeah, before they switched to graphite.
Yeah, and you like obviously chew your pencils to death because you were bored.
Or, you stick the toy soldiers in your mouth, and then it's just,
Well, kids, up the nose, right? That's the
Up
rule.
the nose.
That's the main
Or
thing.
up the nose. Up your nose with the rubber hose. Those 3 paintings. All Drew's works, of course. Which is to say, Vera's works, really. Or to be more precise, Vera's forgeries of someone else's works. Of course, if you demand utter and total precision...
I don't.
Actually, there's nothing more.
Good.
I was about to say...
Oh
man.
my god, don't you want to punch him?
Yep.
This is where Mr. Misham fell? Never thought our 7-year reunion would be quite like this. Wait! You knew Mr. Misham? I met him once. In court.
Ugh.
It was a brief meeting, but one I'll remember for the rest of my life. Now, that's a story right there, that is. I smell a scoop. Actually turning now, down on his luck, pianist plays Sonata of Sorrow. End quote. Isn't that a Castlevania game? No!
Sonata of Sorrow. Is it Dawn of Sorrow?
Aria of Sorrow.
Aria of Sorrow. Oh, I haven't played that one, so.
Or no, Dawn of Sorrow. Anyway. I'm all ears. Let's have it. Don't hold anything back.
It's the thingy of harmony. Oh god. I think you are right. I think it is Aria of Sorrow.
Could you at least get rid of the down on his luck part? Nope.
Okay, I think we've investigated everything.
Pete has beat a full circle around the bush.
I guess we have to around the brush. I think you meant to say.
Oh.
And so now.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, come on, man! It was right there.
It was right there for the taking, and we all missed it, apart from Pete.
I'm gonna say I didn't for once.
It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. A forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes. A forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Not me. I know you might think it was me, but I was actually not the one watching him. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. Huh? You know, I felt watched too. And the whole time I've been on this case, no less. A journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out. End quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means.
Nope.
Paranoia.
I always feel
Paranoia,
like
Figaro.
somebody's watching me. When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a while ago. A long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. End quote. That's why I keep my glasses so clean. So I can see him kind of.
It's just like, it's streaky.
Saliva
horrible.
fest.
Ugh.
Don't you wonder why Zach Gramarye got rubbed out after 7 years?
Oh, was phrasing.
Very cheeky.
Right after coming into contact with me.
Oh no, I would definitely not want you rubbing
No, let's end that thought real quick.
I'll stop that sentence.
We're not playing Danganronpa.
Oh, Lord.
Boy.
Oh, Lord.
gotta censor
And yet,
that sort of
the
thought.
art of it will exist somewhere.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the Rule 34 will have
Yeah.
happened
Also,
somewhere.
that's... Never mind.
He completely vanishes from the courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. But me?
Ruddy mysterious.
I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Psyche Gramarye? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident? During the quick draw shoot-'em practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I had all my hair back then, too. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy. All for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Valant Gramarye did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Psyche Gramarye at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that, much like my last girlfriend, and Psyche wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Gramarye. Something strange was in the air over at Troupe Gramayre in those days. The whole scrawny, mentor-controlling disciples scene had started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Oh, Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Why is he asking? Never mind.
I guess he wants it confirming, doesn't he?
Yeah. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record.
You're literally writing it down on your hand.
Yep, sure am. Yep.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway. I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice. Or 5 times.
Just
but
5.
over time, he came to see me as his confidant.
Wow.
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 He must. Yeah, he really didn't have a lot of friends, did he?
No, I guess not.
He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course.
Kept you waiting, huh?
A big revival of the Psyche miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valant? So Valant waited until Zach died. Legally, at least. The time finally comes and Valant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine College. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, Mr. Grinch. I mean, Valant Gramarye. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too. Love?
Is Nick really just going to figure this out?
It's the same old story, same old song and dance. I mean, really? 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. In the middle of it all, in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa.
I mean, at least it's not a chuffing love triangle between an underage girl, a ventriloquist puppet, and the ventriloquist himself.
Yeah.
At least it's
And an acrobat.
Well, I don't.
That's a love square then.
No. I don't think there was any interest with the.
No, he just wanted to get back at her because he thought that she was responsible for his brother. Oh no, his brother was.
Yeah, his brother was the acrobat, yeah. Well, they were both acro. Well, their names were Acro,
There was Acro
and Bat.
Yes.
But yes. The one, anyway. Mr. Brushel, could you take a look at this?
Was it Trillo? Was Trillo
Trillo.
It was Ben and Trillo.
Yeah, Ben and Trillo.
Was Trillo the dummy and Ben the
I think Trillo
guy?
was
the
the dummy.
ventriloquist? Anyway, I don't think there was any interest with him, but it was all about the dummy whose name is eluding me right now. Anyway, as you say.
Trillo, I think.
Yeah, I thought Quist was in there somewhere, but maybe they were just like, oh, Trillo.
Quist, isn't that Final Fantasy VIII?
Quist? That's Quistis.
Oh, Quistis.
Quistis. Quistis.
Anywho.
Mr. Brushel, could you take a look at this? Ah, I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. So, you want me to write an article on that, right? What's the angle? Actually, no, that's okay. I don't need an article. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on this. I hear you. I hear you. You want me to sniff around for a scoop? Well, you've come to the right nose, my friend.
Yeah.
It's odorless. Thanks? Okay, that was less than informative.
Right. So, because I was hoping he would talk about Thalassa, but
Did you just show him the locket?
I showed it.
Oh, the locket.
I showed him the stamp. Right. Okay.
Mr. Brushel, do you know this person?
I mean, come on. The other one had a.
I know, right?
It did
I
have a
know.
picture.
Well,
I
listen,
know.
it's not enough that we have the bracelet in the photo of the
yeah.
locket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I know that person? Of course! I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually.
I think he's got a bit of a grudge.
But still, I'd never forget his wife. Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not?
Okay.
Okay, and then that's
I know, it
unlocked
does
the
seem a bit stupid that you can't present the stamp because she's
Well,
like literally right there.
I just he literally mentioned it in the previous sentence, so I feel like they could have maybe unlocked the dialogue option, but what do I know?
So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy.
I guess we've got to prove that
Trucy.
Trucy. I guess we've got to prove Trucy. I guess we've got to prove that we know who Thalassa is by going
I
look,
guess.
this locket is a picture of her, and it says.
It was her second marriage, actually.
Oh.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently, he died during some gig.
The plot thickens.
Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year. He was also a millionaire and had left a whole bunch of money to her in his will. It's a real thinker. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around,
God, I hope it's someone else.
That's just creepy.
No, okay.
and there's the
Very clearly illustrates the bracelets.
I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. Huh? What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote. What?
Wait,
But Trucy said she was an only child.
wait a minute.
Yeah, but
Apollo. Yeah, we know that Apollo's her other kid.
Yeah, well, I forgot that moment. I'm forgetful, okay?
Ah, yes. This one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her previous husband! Her previous husband? Her previous husband! Her first husband who died during a performance? That would be the one, yes. Yep, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child. Do you think I could borrow this photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know.
I love the idea that they're living in the future, but they don't have access to a camera phone. Okay.
I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and get biggerer and biggerer and biggerer and biggerer, like a biggerer katamari. Damasi, don't you think? I was too busy wondering about biggerer to listen what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. No, that's wrong! Maybe so, but still, I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. At least for this game. Magnify! Huh? I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Well, what was unclear about my statement? I'm not sure. Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? Made the first Christmas really awkward. It was the same with Magnify. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Gramarye gene? Magnify told me once, back when Zach married Thalassa. He said Zach had good eyes. But not good like a Gramarye's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zach ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Gramarye secret was? Maybe nobody now that Zach's gone. Zach Gramarye. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gramarye fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Gramarye's power. A power which passed from Magnify Gramarye to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together.
The king of clubs.
The king of clubs!
Okay, so hang on a second. So was it...
So he had a lot of Psyche Locks, so we haven't broke his yet.
And that was where we tried to present the bracelet and we failed, right? Was it this?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Right, well, let's go back here then. Because now we can go a bit further.
That was it, yes.
The 9.
For God's sake. Alright, baby, time to bust these locks open.
Now, Pete, you might want to save before we start trying to unlock.
Well, it's too late. We need to get out of it first. So, okay, well,
I have to
hang on. Let me just cancel out. No, I don't have evidence. I'm sorry. Bye. We do.
Let's do a little cheeky save there.
Yeah, you can't save while you're in that.
I can't save while I'm also trying to break the
I'm
Psyche
trying
Locks.
to do things. Yeah, it's true. It's true. can't save while you're trying to break
All
something.
right, baby. It's lockpick. This is the lockpicking lawyers.
Oh, shoot.
Literally. All right, let's get a click out of 1. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine.
And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you.
Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say.
Yet I myself have no such power.
But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Gramarye?
I will not speak of that.
Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her.
Because of this shoe sting, right?
Take that! The 3 of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valant Gramarye's bullets.
It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa?
I'm sure Valant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention.
Damn you! Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that that felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnifi Gramarye has joined her.
So the only one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack?
I do not know.
I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy.
Mr. Zack.
Mr. Zack! So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power.
How would I know?
My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. Spark Brushel.
Oh, right. Okay, so is it? We have to go Apollo.
I guess.
Take that!
Jesus.
This boy?
His name is, I forget, something weird.
Oh, wow.
Forgot about that.
Oof.
Who could he be?
Aries Law or something
could he
like
be?
that. Harvey Birdman? No,
Harvey Birdman.
an attorney.
Attorney?
I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices.
So, what are we to make of this? What are we to make of this? Oh, great ex-attorney. You can show me pictures of strange boys. Oh yes, I remember that
Phrasing!
because of the phrase. yeah.
Phrasing!
You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like.
You know, as those words leave my mouth, I begin to feel an intense sense of regret that I phrased it quite that way.
Whoops. But you could at least say something like, "I'm this boy." I could use a laugh.
Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring.
A ring?
Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link, and now it's the portrait.
Yeah.
Take that! Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second.
How did you know this?
Her first husband. He died a year after they were wed, yes?
He was a performer. They met when he joined us Gramaryes as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, She left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then?
I have a photograph of her here.
Huh. Damn.
I couldn't help but notice what she was
I'm
wearing when I first
sure
saw this.
that-
I mean, yeah, me too, Nick.
Phrasing.
Those bracelets stand out.
There's a couple of things I notice.
Yeah, her braids.
The bracelets. And the braids. And her eyes. And her elbows. And
And her fingers.
nothing else.
Her hands.
We've got more than a couple of fingers.
Sorry, her hands then.
They are a Gramayre family heirloom.
This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture.
What? So, that's why.
Why what, Mr. Zack?
I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet.
I bet I know where that other one went.
She gave it to this boy, her son.
Damn. Oh.
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
Oh.
a twofer.
Kaboom.
Ooh.
Got him.
Got it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Allow me to cut through those locks.
This strange power. I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is, it is passed down the Gramarye line. It runs in their veins.
What is it?
I asked her. Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others.
Tension?
If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her.
So she could see it?
Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or, in her case, objects, plural.
Objects? Wait. Were they something she wore?
Yes. Her bracelets.
I admit, the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You thought it to yourself. Silently.
But what kind of power could a bracelet have?
I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift.
Oh, wow.
We got some more options, people.
Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two.
Or brother and sister, yes.
Aw.
And the brother, too, has this power of theirs.
So Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that.
Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing.
I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right.
I...
Hopefully not after they've had a Luke and Leia situation.
Yeah, I'm just
Right.
thinking that. I was like, better do it quick.
Well, this is before pretty much all of the game, though, right? This is before the... Yeah, this is because obviously he's dead. So this is...
Well, this was at the start of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
so-
saying. This is like before we start playing the game. This is before that evening where they dealt the cards.
I am in your debt once again.
No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up.
So what I'm getting at is that Nick has known the whole time, like throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time.
Those bracelets are made of a special alloy.
Psychicium.
It is said to expand and shrink very slightly.
Hey, Sarah, do women know about shrinkage?
they know
We
about
might know a little bit.
Do they know about expansion?
Baby.
Expandage? It is said to expand and shrink, very slightly, in response to body warmth.
So they're temperature sensitive or something?
Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist.
I see.
And this has something to do with the power?
No, it's just anime bullshit.
Oh, gavel!
Wrong
That's
button.
the wrong button!
That's also the wrong button.
Oh my god!
God dang it.
Got there eventually.
What have I told you? The Gramarye power reacts to tension in others. When a Gramarye senses tension, they, too, become tense. So they've just got anxiety then. That's what they have.
Well, damn!
It's like,
Their superpower was anxiety the whole time.
Wow, I should be able to perceive every lie.
oh, dang. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute, they cannot sense it on their own.
So, I guess the ironic thing is because I'm so obsessive about, making the people around me happy, I become hyper vigilant, but that also leads me to assuming that people are upset with me or annoyed with me when they're actually not. And then I'll ask them if they're annoyed or upset with me, but then I'll be so worried that they're annoyed or upset with me without them actually being that way, that then they eventually do get annoyed at me because they don't believe them when they say no.
Oh no. 'Tis the curse that we run. God damn it, anxiety.
Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for.
With the bracelet on, one can sense these contractions. Because the bracelet is always a perfect fit.
So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist.
Precisely.
But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading.
I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight.
Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough.
Have you ever heard of kinetic vision?
No.
I can't say I have.
No, not sure on that one.
Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before.
Well, Nick has.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing movement is kind of what your eyes are made to do.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't aware that there was a specific kind of vision associated with that.
Well, it's seeing it with full clarity, though, is what he's getting at.
They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped, if they focus.
Oh.
I guess that makes me not an athlete, because I sure as hell can't see my golf ball after I hit it. Thing just disappears into the sky.
Isn't that golf in general? I've lost my ball
People
again.
they just swing a club at seemingly nothing, and then a ball lands somewhere in the distance.
Usually in the
rough, right?
the rough or in the lake.
Or the water.
Out of bounds.
Yeah.
Anywhere except where you want it to be,
Yeah.
more or less.
But it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things.
Oh, that's why I'm blind. I have such bad ADD that I can't focus on shit.
Gavel!
I pressed the right one this time.
Yay, well done, darling. You managed it that time.
The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies behind it.
Huh?
Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it.
So, basically, what you're saying is the Gramaryes can see really well?
For them, seeing is more than believing. It is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus.
Except Trucy doesn't have one of those bracelets, but she's able to do it just fine.
Well, maybe she's got like the superpower version.
He's special.
Yeah. things are starting to come into focus for me, too.
Of course. It is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus?
Or something!
Precisely.
But wait,
Oh.
if only we'd advance
Only
the
would
text.
advance the text.
But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets.
You are talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary. She probably does it without thinking.
Ah.
I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Gramarye.
Thank you, Mr. Zack.
Please, just call me Zack. Mr. Zack is just weird. If this
Mr. Zack was my father.
his name was Gramarye Zack.
Grammary Zack.
If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long,
Foreshadow.
thereby awakening his power.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game?
I'd love to play a game.
I've said too much. Said so much. I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night.
As soon as we get done the poker game, I will tell you everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That night?
the night my mentor, Magnifi Gramarye, passed from this world to the next.
Huh?
There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test.
A test?
In his last years, Magnifi Gramarye worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. I got a stern telling off. Did I do Magnifi before? I've forgotten.
I think you did.
Did
yeah.
it?
Take this. I give my art to you, Zack.
I can't remember what I did before, but he does that now. What?
It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand.
How could I shoot you? You're my mentor.
I thought you might say that.
If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then?
Then, of course, I would have given Valant his chance.
And if I had shot you in the forehead instead?
Then it might be over. If you or Valant were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Yet this ending, too, gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong in my day.
It seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valant's.
Perhaps. But it is not something we will ever know now. But it's not something we'll ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valant up to these days?
Probably nothing.
What is Valant up to these days?
Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him.
Ah, right. And now here I am, and his dream is ended.
It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know?
What? You don't mean to tell me they've put the blame for our mentor's death on... I really screwed that. What is wrong with me today?
Oh dear.
You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him?
The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valant had helped you pull it off.
But that's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform.
Huh?
Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated? Even though I'm dead?
Dang it.
That night, Zack Gramarye was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind when he parted. This. His confession,
Oh,
to use as I saw fit.
wow.
Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Thalassa Gramarye.
Hmm.
Well, we don't want to use that one.
No.
It's bad.
Bad.
He's bad.
Very, very bad.
Very, very bad.
To the Sunshine Coliseum!
Oh no.
Bum,
There it
ba, da, 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 da.
Oh,
The moustache.
the moustache.
Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
He's got the Ted Lasso mustache.
He has, yes.
He does.
Long time no see, Mr. Valant.
7 years, has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you.
But what did he need to hear from him?
What?
Oh, no!
No! You cruel,
I know.
cruel mistress.
I know. Cruel mistress.
How dare you?
I led you into a false sense of security.
For a second there, I thought, oh, we're going to be able to do the first dialogue option at least, but no.
No, sorry. Afraid not. We are unfortunately out of time. But once again, thank you very much for tuning in and joining us. If you do like what we do, then please consider giving us a like, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday. And in the meantime, we've got plenty of other content on the channel. Why not go check it out? Share it with your friends.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll see you again.
Catch you in the next one, everybody.
I don't have a thing to remember, so I'll give you a joke instead. What is Trucy's mom's favorite game?
Yeah.
The Last of Us.